When I spoke with President Putin back in October, he told me that he has a trust deficit with the West, with NATO members. You just spoke with him in Moscow. Do you believe the West and Germany can trust the word of Vladimir Putin?
Um, First, he can trust us. NATO is not aggressive. The European Union is not. We are not willing to threaten Russia and to fight against them with action and activities. The development of Russia is a question of the Russian society. And so he can be absolutely safe that nothing is harming him if the only thing is that we have to convince him that he is not doing this military aggression. And what we are working for is that we get agreements. He is asking for agreements. And when we have them, we should trust that all parties are sticking to them.
So you believe you can trust Vladimir Putin?
We have to work with the world and the countries that are really existing. And if we have an agreement, I'm sure that this would make it feasible that all are sticking to it.
There's been a lot of question globally about Germany over the last several weeks. And many would say that Germany is NATO's weakest link. How do you respond to that? Because it's a question of reputation.
Germany is the strongest continental power in Europe. We have increased our military and defense spending really dramatically in the last years. It's since I became the finance minister in the earlier government, it's an increase from about 36%, which is quite a lot. And we are still working on doing this job. On the other hand, we are the ones that are supporting, for instance, the Ukrainians with all the necessary means. We are doing our job in NATO with our troops in Lithuania, with air policing in the Baltic states and Romania and all this. And the people know it and they can rely on us.
NATO's Secretary General has said multiple times in the last several days that we're now facing a new normal in Europe, a new security dynamic. For Germany, do you believe that that new normal will decrease the pacifism, not just in government, but also in the general public?
The people in Europe want peace, and this is our task as leaders to work hard to make this possible.
Sometimes peace isn't an option.
And on the other hand, we have to be prepared. This is why we are united as partners in the NATO. This is why we are working together in the European Union. And as a country right in the center of the European Union with more than 80 million people, with a very strong GDP and a very good defense structure, we will play our part for being prepared for a difficult situation. But the aim of all what we do is peace, making this feasible. And this is why we are not just discussing about what might happen if there is a military threat to Ukraine, but also on the same time working on how we can find an arrangement between NATO and Russia, between the United States and Russia. And this would keep peace in Europe much better.